Well, everybody, welcome to another Semen Retention Sunday video. And before we get started with the actual topic for today, I want to make a announcement that I just posted in the community tab of my channel. And so the announcement is that Regalchange Academy is going to be a new branch of services offered with regalchange, which is my business that I do consulting with, t-shirts, etc. And the online services will allow attendees to receive the physical, emotional, and spiritual tools they were never taught in school. And so as a trial test run, what we're going to do is we're going to have two different sessions in the next coming weeks. The first session is going to be a male-only session, which will be on October 1st at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And the topics will include anything from semen retention to physical health, to spiritual health, relationships, and other life obstacles to overcome. And then the second session will be on October 7th at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And this is going to be a Q&A session as well for males and females. And so topics will include anything from spiritual health to emotional wellness, relationships, narcissists, dealing with haters, gang stalking, etc. Now, the price to attend each of these sessions is going to be $20 each. And the purpose of this is to weed out anyone that's not going to be taking these sessions sincerely. But if you want more information about that, I'll leave a link in the URL, or I'll leave a URL link below in the description. But if you also want to get more information, you can just go to the community tab and look at the website there. So with that being said, let's jump into today's topic. So today's topic is, as a semen retention topic, why your attention is going to become the most valuable currency that you're going to be able to have in any realm of endeavor that you proceed in, specifically to deal with women. Now, women have their most valuable currency set to attention as the default. As men, we're more logical. We don't really, like, some of us really just don't care if we're getting attention or not. While others would just, there are some men that are just so beta that they would do anything to provide some kind of value to just get the attention of a woman. And you're going to go through these cycles of getting a dopamine release every time you have a woman look at you or smile at you. But the goal is to be able to overcome that and to transcend that, both spiritually and psychologically. Because you have to understand that women work on the psychological level. They go after what makes them psychologically aroused. And I don't mean in the sense of like sexually aroused. I mean in the sense that if you're able to give a woman a range of different emotions, from sadness to happiness to anger to frustration to joy to peace to gratitude, if you're able to give a woman these things, you're going to be able to attract her psychologically. But as a man, what you have to understand is that your attention is the only currency that really matters when it comes to dealing with women. And your attention is the only thing that matters when it comes to dealing with life in general. Where are you placing your attention? Are you entertaining thoughts that are not necessary to be entertained? Are you entertaining demonic spirits around you? Are you entertaining people that don't need to be entertained? Are you giving forth your life force energy to someone that is just not really meant to be in your life? You know, these are the things that you have to ask yourself continually. And specifically, your realization that you are a timeless, interdimensional being is going to be the catapult to launch you into a new domain of spiritual wellness and spiritual health. This semen retention stuff is no joke if you take it sincerely and seriously. Now, I understand that a lot of the times people are going to be stuck in certain kinds of sins or certain kinds of modes of behavior in which they're not able to transcend those, get that giving attention to these negative spirits, such as pornography and giving women attention that don't need to be really given that attention. One of your most powerful abilities as a man is to be able to be indifferent to what's going on around you. There's that old saying of just being the storm, and you are calm where the storm rages around you. When you are that calm energy source where the storm rages around you, you become the storm itself. And as I've mentioned in other semen retention videos, you're going to become this magnet for contained chaos. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean to say that how you place your attention is going to determine how people around you not only interact with you, but also how you portray yourself and how people are going to see whether or not you're respectable. If you're not respectable, it's going to be very challenging for anybody to take you seriously. And make no mistake, your reputation as a man is one of the most important things that you can guard with your life. And I mean that not only metaphorically, but also literally. I know there are some times you're going to be involved with certain people where it's almost like being with them can damage your reputation. And I'm not saying reputation is everything, but I am saying that if you want to level up in the world in which people take you seriously, in which people take what you say seriously, speak less. And this is coming out of like I'm getting some inspiration here from the book 48 Laws of Power here. Speak less than necessary, because if you're interested in power and influence, you're going to have to learn what the parameters of power are. And that's how to give your attention out to people and to things in general. If you're placing all of your attention watching pornography or playing with yourself, how do you really not think that that's going to show up in other parts of your life? How do you not see that this is going to affect almost every avenue of your life? Make no mistake, the proclivity and the, I would say, judiciousness of not only yourself, but the people around you, in which you will be defined by your actions, is going to be tremendously high. Your actions are pretty much the only thing that really matters in the end. It's not what you say you'll do, it's what you actually do. That's what defines you. And so a lot of the times, I've had people at the gym like tell me that they are seeing progress with me, and it's almost like I can tell where they're actually being sincere or whether they're trying to be flattering, because they're trying to gain my approval, because I don't talk. I don't say shit when I'm at the gym. And when I do say something, it's because I'm actually interested in what this person has to say, but it happens very rarely. I would say the last time I talked to somebody for longer than a minute was yesterday. And one of the only reasons was because this was a person that I felt I could take seriously. This guy has obviously been in the gym for a while. He seemed like he was a very alpha kind of guy. And he was you knew that he had this presence about him where he respected you, and yet he was also not going to just talk just for the sake of talking. Like, he wants to build something. And so I talked to him about some things, and we got to know each other a little bit. And it was so funny because in my peripheral, I could see other people around me that have seen me never talk before all of a sudden start talking to this guy, and their eyes were just like this. just watching me. And it was kind of funny because, yeah, I just don't talk too much, and I really don't place my attention to places where I don't see there's going to be value to be had. Now, I'm not saying that you should be just this prick. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that if you're not building something with someone, and you'll know this on semen retention, you're going to know very, very fast whether this person is trying to take your energy, trying to snap it away from you, or if they're trying to get to know you to build something with you. And the energy that I got from this guy was like, he wants to know what I'm about because he wants to see if there's something that we can build together. And that was very refreshing. That was a very refreshing moment because there's oftentimes a lot of the different kinds of people that you're going to meet on this journey is you're going to attract an array of different kinds of people. And a lot of the times they just want to take your energy because I would say genuinely 75% of the population has an unhealthy attachment style, whereas about 25% of the population has a healthy attachment style, a secure attachment style. And this is going to be something that I highly recommend you do your own research on as well, or check out my other videos on attachment styles. Attachment styles are very, very much so necessary in order to discern whether or not someone is worth your time and your resources and your attention. And as far as the attention with women go, you men out there that are giving these women just this ungodly amount of attention for free, people like you are the reason that the state of the world is the way that it is right now. I hope you know that. And I hope you correct yourself because it's so like people have no idea how irritating it is to me to see, and I'm sure you guys understand that I actually don't give women this just free validation and attention all the time. They have to earn it from you. And these men out there that are giving these women just endless amounts of attention. You know what I've noticed is like there's 3 different kinds of guys that are, I guess, involved with women. It's the alpha or sigma male, which I haven't made a video on sigma males, and I'm not sure if anybody's ever heard of this term before. I'm not sure how I feel about the term because I genuinely think that there are just alphas and betas for the most part. And I know that sounds kind of cringe, but it just kind of is what it is. That's how it is in the animal kingdom. I think the same applies for our human species. I don't see how it could be too much different. But the sigma male is, I guess you could describe me as a sigma male, supposedly, according to my research. The sigma male is more often like the quiet one that could be the alpha, but chooses not to adhere to certain kinds of social values. And whereas the alpha is more the person that takes charge of the room, likes being the leader, et cetera, et cetera. And it's not that the sigma male isn't a leader, it's just that he's more of a silent leader. And I personally think a lot of gurus or sages or philosophers could fall under the sigma male category. But I also don't know if the sigma male is just this, like, I don't know, something someone made up. I don't know. But it seems to me that there are just alphas and betas. And it's pretty clear if you're an alpha or a beta. And any man can come up to be a alpha. I truly believe that. Because I would once have considered myself a beta at one point. And it was not a pretty sight. It was just not a pretty sight. And now I'm to the point to where I know what I'm about. I'm building something. I have a direction in my life. I have a purpose. I know what I'm about. I know my values. I know my principles. And I'm not folding on those. No matter how hot the chick is or how big the paycheck is. That's who I am. And I know that because I've been tested by both. I was offered a job where I would have been making at least 70% more than I was making at the time. And this was a couple years ago, about a year after COVID. And I had to turn it down because I had to, well, it was about 50 to 70% more, but the original number was just, I knew it was just much higher than what I was getting. And the stipulation was that for those of you that are not watching the video, I'm miming a I don't even know if you can say this word, the jab. Anyway, I had to get that if I were to take the job, and I didn't. I chose not to get it. I chose not to take that job, even though it was a higher paycheck. And I've had tests with succubus-like women along this spiritual and semen retention journey as well. Specifically in the last year, I've had more counts of these lustful tests than I could count, honestly. And because I've been on this journey of semen retention since May last year. So it's been about a year and 4 months almost to the day. And so a lot of the times during that time period, there's been a lot of different kinds of tests. And you're going to get this on your journey for sure. You're going to go through this. But as I was saying, there's alphas and betas. And so the betas are the ones that kind of circle around. But the three main guys that are involved with the women is the beta male orbiter, which gives the woman emotional support. And then there's like the guy that is wanting to have a relationship with the woman, but the woman's in a relationship, or she's not quite decided, or she's not quite fixed her mind on anything. But this is also the guy that gets her aroused the most, because he's like forbidden fruit to some degree. And then there's the actual person that's in the relationship, or is actually making the bridge to her to be in a relationship. But what I've noticed is that a lot of the times with these women, once commitment is there, like once you're able to, as a man, say, yes, my attention is going to you and to you alone. If you're with the wrong kind of woman, bro, your life is going, like your reputation, your life, your finances, everything could be destroyed. Make no mistake about that. Because I've seen it. And I've also seen women in relationships where it's almost like I'm that guy that arouses them. It's like, I don't know what else to call it. I don't know how else to call it, but it's the guy that is just, it's like an appetizer. Like treating the appetizer as the main course. Like some women just want to go for the appetizer. And then there's the guy that's in the relationship that's actually the main course, but it's not always as flaring or exciting as the appetizer. And so you've got the appetizer guy, and then you've got the main course guy. But sometimes women, if you're in the wrong kind of relationship with a woman, the main course guy is going to be boring to her. And a lot of these modern women are going to be wanting to get something different. They're going to want different kinds of appetizers. They're going to want samples somewhere else. And so you have to be careful, because I've been the appetizer guy for a lot of different kinds of women that are in relationships or marriage on the semen retention journey. And I haven't pursued them once I knew that they were actually involved with another guy, because I don't think that's ethical. That's not who I am. Even though, I do have that desire to be with her, but I'm not going to covet after my neighbor's wife, so to speak, right? I'm not going to desire another man's woman in general, because that's just not the guy code. I just don't think that's right. And any guy that does actively participate in that, I don't necessarily have respect for. And the reason is because you know, it's hard to tell, but I've seen comments and videos, and I've heard stories where the guy goes over to the girl's place, or she goes over to his, and then he finds out after they sleep together that she has a boyfriend or she has a long-term relationship partner. So she is openly cheating. She's openly disgracing. And sometimes those guys that find out about it, they'll keep hooking up with her. And I just don't think that's right. I think you're going to develop a really strong, terrible, negative soul tie with that. But I also think modern women nowadays that are not traditional, they're going to be excited by that. Because you're the appetizer. You're that new thing. You're the new sample. Whereas once you give your full attention to the woman in a commitment, it's almost like, again, if you choose the wrong woman, it's going to get boring for her. She's going to want that dopamine hit somewhere else. She's going to want to seek out something different every single time. And she's going to want a monkey branch. And those are the kinds of women you want to look out for, man. Don't be careful. Just be careful with those kinds of women. Because I've seen what they do to the men that they're actually involved with. Because not only does the man that is the appetizer, that knows he's the appetizer, and still persists and pursues a relationship with the woman that's in the relationship, not only is he wrong for doing that, in my opinion, but it's also wrong for the woman to do that, of course, because she is well aware of what's going on. She is well aware that she's lying. It's funny, in Mission Impossible 2, there's a line where the person that Tom Cruise is talking to, the head honcho guy in the division or whatever, he's telling Tom Cruise to tell this new woman on the team that she has to rekindle this relationship with the villain, and in order to get more information about what's going on behind the scenes, and about this deadly virus that could potentially go out. And Tom Cruise is like, no, I don't want to put her through that. Why? She would have to lie, and she would have to sleep with the guy just for what? To just get more information? That doesn't seem right. I don't know if I want to put her through that. I don't know if she can handle it. And then the head honcho guy says, well, what? She can't lie and sleep with someone? Are you afraid that she doesn't have the credentials? She's a woman. And it just made me laugh, because I know in my heart of hearts that most women are capable of that. Most women are capable of such things if you don't have yourself in check, and if you don't have them in check as well. And I'm not saying this to be misogynistic. I'm just saying that, men, you have to choose to be the leader. And you have to make sure that you're placing your attention in the proper way, so that you can be the leader for her. Because if you're not the leader, she's going to go look for that appetizer somewhere else. And it just is what it is. So with that being said, be mindful of your attention. Be mindful of where you're placing your attention. And be sure to check out the website URL that I posted in the description box below, as well as the community post that I posted on the channel for more information about that Regal Change Academy sessions, Q&A sessions. And with that being said, peace be with you. Till next time.